I was just scrolling through on my Instagram page, and I happened to come across this picture on the Explore page. And those of you who don't know, on Instagram, there's something called the Explore page where they just put a compilation of different pictures based on the algorithm of how you search things on your Instagram account. And this, well, not this picture, but a picture of Janae Dubois, who played Walona Woods on Good Times, was on there. And it was a picture of her way back in the day in her younger years. And I said, oh, let me click on this. And I started to read the caption. And when I was reading it, I was like, oh, wow, I cannot believe what I'm reading right now. And this isn't even at the time of me recording this video right now, which is currently at 5:16 p.m. on Tuesday evening. She was not even trending online or even on Twitter about her passing. So in case y'all have not heard, Janae Dubois, who was more known for playing Walona Woods on the hit show Good Times back in the 70s, like she was on the show since the beginning all the way to its cancellation. She just recently passed away at the age of 74. And I really like this image right here of her and Janet Jackson. Of course, you know, Janet played Penny, who we pretty much, if you watch the show, you know the storyline behind how all of that happened. And it's wow. It's just like, it's crazy because, we hadn't heard from her in a while. She really hasn't done a lot of acting in recent years, or she may have done little parts here and there. I also remember when she popped up on an episode of Martin back in the day when they had the Players Ball, and they had Pam Grier on there. She was on there, and a few other people who were around back in the day from 70s series and movies. They had Rudy Ray Moore, who is Dolomite, was on there. You had Antonio Vargas, who was Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch. Look, I may be 30 years old, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I have an old soul, especially growing up in a household that I have parents who were born in the boomer generation. So they put a lot of this stuff instilled into me, and I grew up on a lot of old school things. So that's how I know a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this article that's coming from My Fox 8. And it's coming out of Glendale, California. It says Janae Dubois, one of the stars of Good Times, was found dead on Tuesday, TMZ reports. Her family says she died in her sleep unexpectedly at her Glendale, California home. Well, that's good to know she went peacefully. Dubois played Walona Woods, the Evans family neighbor on the classic 70s sitcom. She is most well known for her role on Good Times, but she also composed and sang the song Moving On Up, which was the theme for The Jeffersons. And I can honestly say I did not know she sang the theme song for The Jeffersons. So that's actually a little fun fact to know about this woman. But the good thing is to notice that she went peacefully. So it doesn't sound like she had any type of illness. It's just that her body just gave out on her unexpectedly. They didn't say she had any type of illness. They didn't say she had cancer or anything like that. So far, she is now the third actor from the Good Times series to pass away, because Esther Roll, who played Florida, she passed away back in the 90s, and the guy Ben Powers, who played Thelma's husband Keith in the later seasons, he passed away a couple years ago. And now Walona just recently passed on Monday. And, it's just, it's unfortunate. But like I said, I'm glad to hear that she went peacefully. One thing that I did like about her character, or liked about her, and I said one of the best things, the features that I always liked about her, was her smile. She had a very nice smile, as you can see right here in this image. And I like that they gave her lines that allowed her to say things and be funny, where she would always laugh at her own jokes, but people would laugh with her jokes, just so I could see her smile. And, she played that character up to a T. And what I liked about it is that even though her character was known as the gossip neighbor, the one that knew everything about in the building, when her character came in contact with the Penny character played by Janet Jackson, that's when you started to see a more toned down, more serious side of her, where she really had to show her range as a dramatic actress on a sitcom show. And she knocked it out of the park. I think they said that she was, I think they said she's won some Emmys. I don't know if she's actually won them, but I think they said she is either won some Emmys or she was nominated for Emmys for the parts that she played on Good Times. If she won them, well deserved. If she didn't win and was just nominated, the nomination was still well deserved, that they acknowledged that she did a good job playing this role. But let's be honest, I think we all knew somebody like Willona in our lives that was the gossip person who lived in the building that knew everything about everybody and couldn't wait to come and tell you about it, even if you didn't want to hear about it. You had someone like that. I think that's what made her such a relatable character. It could have been your mother, it could have been your aunt, it could have been the neighbor or anything like that. But I think we all know somebody who was like that. Shoot, there's probably people out there who are her. But rest in peace to her, and condolences go out to her family. I wonder what Janet Jackson is feeling about this right now, because that was her mother on television. That was Janet Jackson's first major acting role, and having to play opposite of her since I think Janet came on the show in 76 and the show got canceled in 79. So you got to think she's spent weeks and days and months and a few years with her on that set as her mother, outside of course, her real mother, Katherine Jackson. So I wonder what Janet is feeling about this right about now, because I think even after the show was canceled, whenever they would meet up or hang with each other, she always referred to her as her mother, and Janae always referred to her as her baby. So I like that they kept that dynamic, that mother-daughter kind of thing, even off the set. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure to have your notifications turned on. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you in the next one.